Are you unsure on how to use some of these new Pokemon competitively? Well, allow me to lend you a helping hand. We're going to taunt the Louche so it cannot wide guard anymore, and it's going to put them in a really rough spot in the next turn. Hey guys, today we're talking about Cyclizar. Now this one's going to be a bit different. What I'm going to do is go through the stats pretty quickly, then rush through the sets, and we're going to play some games at the end of the video using one of the sets that I've shown you in this video. My thoughts are that this will help you see how the Pokemon plays a little bit better. So let's dive into these stats. You don't have too much natural bulk. 70 HP, 65 on the defenses, that's pretty small, it's very minimal. But you do have the ability Regenerator, which is an ability that when you switch out, you will heal for 1/3 of your maximum health. This gives you a lot more longevity throughout a battle. You also have a base speed of 121. Now this is a really good speed tier at the moment. You are slower than some key Pokemon such as Kilowattrel, Talonflame, Meowscarada, but you're faster than Pokemon like Mousehold and Lycanroc outside of Sand. It's a pretty solid speed tier, and you can definitely get a lot of value out of that. Now the offensive stats are nothing too incredible. Base 85 is the same as Amoonguss's attack stat, and base 95 is just slightly better. These are not the greatest stats, but with the move pool we have, we can definitely get some good out of that. The other ability is Shed Skin, which is a great ability at the end of the turn. There's a 1 in 3 chance that you have your statuses cured, but we're not going to be running that today. We're focusing on Regenerator. The typing is Dragon and Normal. Now, this is a solid typing. Dragon has some really good resistances. It does have a key weakness in Fairy and, itself Dragon as well as Ice, but it has some really good natural resistances, and Normal being immune to Ghost is pretty solid for you. Gaining a weakness to fighting moves, but also gaining an immunity to things like Final Gambit can be pretty solid and definitely come in handy. So let's dive into this first set. Now, the stat spread is pretty simple. The speed here is just to outspeed base 115 Pokemon, because honestly, there's nothing that relevant in between that and where you are in the current metagame. Though feel completely free to get rid of the points in special attack and max that out, there is honestly no harm there whatsoever. You would just hit a little bit less hard, but it's not like a key notable calc or anything. The HP though is pretty important. You want to be at an even number, and the reasons for that is Shed Tail is going to take half of your HP, so you want to make sure you land at exactly half so you get your Citrus Berry. What this will do is it will heal you for 1/4 of your health, then you will immediately switch out and gain Regenerator, giving you essentially a free Shed Tail. Since our offensive stats are nothing to really write home about, I've got Draco Meteor on here because it's a massive amount of base power and you'll do some good damage with it. I'm also running Taunt. Now Taunt is amazing on a fast Pokemon, stopping other Pokemon from setting up and getting their annoying support moves off against your team. If you don't want to run something like Taunt or even Draco Meteor, you can run a move like a Knockoff. Knockoff is incredible. You would change this to Jolly and you'll be able to just knock off enemies' items. There's even moves like Breaking Swipe or Ice Spinner, which can really offer you some good support on the physical side, though on the special side, Draco Meteor and say something like Overheat is pretty good coverage and really big damage. Losing your stats on them isn't too bad because you're going to be switching out for Regenerate a lot anyway. I think this set here has a lot of strength. It gives you good fast support in that of Taunt. You have the ability to drop a Draco, do big damage, and you have your Shed Tail to switch in a Pokemon, while also having Protect to keep yourself safe. Now, you don't have to run Protect. You can definitely swap this out for, say, Knockoff and go for attacks. That is completely okay. I'm running the Terror type of Dark here because I don't want to be taunted by those pesky Murkrows and Grimmsnarls. Getting off Shed Tail is really vital to how these Pokemon functions, so you don't want to get Prankster taunted and have that stopped. You really want to get off your strategy, so Terra Dark is just the safest way to be able to do that without having to run an item like a Mental Herb. Let's jump into the next set, and that is the Scarf set. Now, this one I actually find pretty fun. Having Scarf Breaking Swipe is pretty solid because you will lower the enemy's attacks by 1, and Knockoff to remove items while also having Shed Tail. And then U-Turn. U-Turn there is for a pivoting move if you do get taunted. Though I do have Terra Dark here, and as I've said, you can change this to whatever you want. I feel this is the safest thing to deal with Prankster. We're again running Regenerator because I just think it's miles ahead of Shed Skin as an ability, at least in the current metagame, or for at least what this Pokemon wants to do. Shed Skin Rest Talk sets are really strong on the right Pokemon. The speed tier we have on this one is a little bit different. You can honestly just max out your speed like this one. You can run this exact same EV spread, but the reason that I'm doing this here is this is enough speed to outspeed base 100 Scarfed Pokemon since you are Scarfed. And it's also enough speed to outspeed everything else in the game that isn't Scarfed, so you'll be completely fine here with this amount of speed, allowing you to put a little bit more into your attack and get a bit of bite out of those hits. You can Breaking Swipe and knock off a little harder. Now for both of these, you'll notice a trend, and I'll change this back here, is that we're running the positive speed natures to achieve these speed tiers. That's something really important to keep in mind. A lot of people think that Adamant and Modest are what you want to put on every single Pokemon, but the positive speed tiers are very valuable a lot of the time. I want to go into some notable moves here as well. Dragon Tail is a great move for phasing. This will switch out an enemy Pokemon and stop it from getting off a move like Trick Room and stop it from getting boosts. If a Pokemon hits a Swords Dance against you, you can just cycle it out and remove those boosts. It's pretty handy to have, but you're just not that tanky, so I'd only recommend this on, say, like a Focus Sash set. Iron Head is really good damage against those fairies that you're weak to, and you can run Terra Steel to get really good advantage of that. It can also flinch, and you're a pretty fast Pokemon. Ice Spinner is an amazing move. This will completely Oko Garchomp. This is a really solid move, and it also gets rid of terrains. If you want to deal with terrains on your Scarf set, you can honestly just throw an Ice Spinner here and completely remove those terrains, stopping those things like Expanding Force from decimating your team. Then we have Power Whip, which is a really strong grass move. You just have really good coverage on this Pokemon. It's a shame this stat isn't higher, because if attack was higher, this Pokemon will be a definite threat with its move pool. Now we'll get into the sets people run in singles, and this Pokemon genuinely is so strong in singles and pretty strong in doubles. I think it's a very good Pokemon. Of course, it's the Shed Tail set with Regenerator, that's what we're relying on, and we have Heavy Duty Boots, because in singles there's a lot more hazards to deal with. We're running Shed Tail, we're running Rapid Spin to deal with enemy hazards, because with Heavy Duty Boots we can come in on them safely, and Regenerator heals us up from any poke we take, so Rapid Spin is amazing on this Pokemon, as well as Knock Off to remove items and Draco Meteor to pack a bit of a punch, because as I've mentioned, we don't have the greatest offensive stats. Now in singles we'll be going Terra Steel, and the reason for that is it's just a way better defensive type, and you don't really worry about Prankster Taunt too much in singles like you do in VGC. Now the next set here is the Scarf set you'll see in singles, and this is pretty much the same as the one I mentioned here over in doubles, whereas you're running things like U-Turn, Draco, Overheat, and Shed Tail, but the difference here is you're running more offensive. We're maximizing our special attack, and we're going to do big damage with Draco Meteor and Overheat. Something else to mention, if you don't want to run U-Turn, you can run something like Thunderbolt. This Pokemon has pretty good coverage to hit a lot of different types of Pokemon. Though Shed Tail is pretty unreliable if you get poked out too low, so U-Turn might be what you want to use to pivot and get that Regenerator heal. I think Cyclizar offers a lot to a lot of different teams. It's definitely more of a specialist Pokemon that's pretty niche. You can't just splash this on every single team, but there are teams where I think it will really shine, and I'm going to jump into playing some of them. I'm going to put one together for you guys, and I'm going to give it a go, and I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, so this is the set we're going to try today. I've thrown Cyclizar on this team here with Grimmsnarl and Indeedee as support, with Armarouge, Annihilate, and Amoonguss. The goal here is to set up Annihilate behind the Substitute and screens, and that is going to be pretty strong. We've also got Armarouge as well as another option. Getting Armarouge behind that Substitute with Indeedee support can be pretty powerful. So we're going to jump into some games and try this out. Okay, we've got the first opponent. They're running Garchomp. Okay, Garchomp, Cerulege, their own Amoonguss. This could be interesting. This could be interesting with the Golden Go as well. I think, we don't have Taunt. See, we didn't run Taunt because we're running Psychic Terrain, but it would have helped shut down this Burb over here. But to be fair, let's see. What if we run the Trick Room lead? I really want to showcase Cyclizar though. That's the problem. They'll have to respect, look, they have to respect the possible fake out, right? They have to respect the possible fake out. And we'll try it with the Indeedee Umbridge is actually so good here. We'll try this Amoonguss or Indeedee for support for the Annihilate. We already have the Cyclizar and the Grimmsnarl. Do we want more offensive pressure to stop maybe Wide Guard? Maybe Wide Guard could be good. No, you know what? No, we're doing the Amoonguss. We're doing the Amoonguss. Let's see how this goes. All right, they led their own Amoonguss and kill a Watchroll. Okay. This is pretty solid because they're not going to one-tap us here, especially with a light screen. To be honest, it doesn't mind. It's not a big deal if they sleep us. I'm really wishing I had Taunt right now on this guy. I do have Taunt here, but I really want to Shed Tail immediately and go into the Annihilate. I'm doing it. I'm going for it. We're turn one going for it. There's their Tailwind. We get this Shed Tail off. We have the Citrus Berry. We get the Annihilate in here behind the Substitute. And Spore fails because we're behind the Substitute, which is great. So what I kind of want to do here is I want to go into Cyclizar in that slot, but I also don't want to get spored. I'm going to my own Amoonguss, and what I can do is I can this works counterintuitive with Rage Fist, but I could bulk up here or I could protect and then start bulking up. But I think I'm gonna bulk up and just hope we can. It does about 60, I think, if he's Air Slash. Oh, that did a lot. That did a lot. Well, with Vital Spirits, we can't spore us anyway, so we're pretty good here. We're pretty good right here. Yep. Here we go, avoiding the spore. So now, do we think that he's holding the lovely, we're gonna get Rage Powered, right? We're gonna also get Rage Powered. He's gonna discharge. He's gonna discharge, so we're just gonna honestly just fire off Rage Fists. He didn't discharge, but we take that pretty well behind the screen. We do flinch, was unfortunate, and we get cliff smogged. Oh no, this is not going well. All right. I guess I should have rage powdered, sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna rage powder, and I'm gonna just rage. I'm gonna bulk up now, because now they're in a pretty rough spot. I've got the screen up, and I am Terrifier to deal with this Pokemon. I'm actually not too worried here. I'm not gonna lie. So, okay, yeah, the opponent played. I guess they played safe there. They just double attacked in, and it was on me to rage powder. But yeah, I thought they would just want to get rid of the Amoonguss because of the annoyance. But Air Slash is a really safe play on their part there, regardless. So, all I do here is I protect Amoonguss, I Terrifier, and I rage fist the Goldengo. And it's gone. I don't know why they've gone into this. That is not an answer. That is not an answer. Annihilate is going to do pretty well here. We can't, yeah, exactly. We can't get rid of the Amoonguss. We can't rage battle the Amoonguss. But what we can do is we can easily here Spore and protect. Like Cyclizar kind of did one thing turn one. Yeah, we just Spore. The Amoonguss, I don't know what the Amoonguss's plan is, but what we're doing here is we're actually sporing. We're going into Cyclizar, and we're going to Rage Fist the Garchomp. The Amoonguss can Rage Powder if they want to, but it doesn't really make much of a difference. Yeah, massive damage on the Garchomp. Massive damage on the Garchomp. We have Vital Spirit, that's not going to work. And what we're going to do here is we're actually going to Shed Tail out. Well, we don't need to. I want to Shed Tail out into Grimmsnarl just to do it. But I'm just going to taunt the Amoonguss because it's getting on my nerves now. So we're going to taunt the Amoonguss. Yeah, it's going to Rage Powder. We're going to taunt the Amoonguss. No more of that. It's getting on my nerves. We'll break that away. And what we'll actually do is we are faster. We can actually drop the Draco here. But yeah, we can't Rage Powder us, so we can drop the Draco here, and we can just Rage Fist as well. We just double up into that slot. If he swaps, whatever comes in is going to fall. And if he stays in, then yeah, Annihilape's just going to do it. So, I mean, look, Cyclizar did okay here. I misplayed a little. It didn't do incredibly, but it did okay. It helped the Annihilape set up, and that was the goal. So now we just want to safely. It can't wake up. It hasn't been asleep at all. But what we're going to do is we're going to Shed Tail into the Snarl anyway to get the screens up. Get our screens back up, and yeah, they can't really do anything about it regardless. And yeah, it shows here Cyclizar's pretty strong. We'll play another game. Hopefully Cyclizar shines a little more, but I think it did pretty okay there, considering the first game with the team I put together in about 5 minutes. I'll see you guys in the next game. What is... Okay. Our opponent has got a lot of Pokemon here. We're gonna see. This is Avalugg Ice Team. Avalugg Ice Team is kind of interesting. Very interesting. So we're gonna have Cyclizar. We're gonna have Cyclizar with Armarouge and Amoonguss. No. Cyclizar with Indeedee lead. Cyclizar, Indeedee with Armarouge and Amoonguss. This is the play that we want to make here. Okay. Yeah, here we go. So, Process is fast, but we're faster. So I guess Veil comes up. We can taunt the Veil, but then we'll take some big hits, and we can't really survive these hits unless we... Yeah, I think Shed Tail and... Psychic into this slot here to chip off the Focus Sash. Because this way we get Armarouge in the terrain. And that's where we want it to be. So we'll see what they're going to do. They probably set up the Veil, yeah. And then they... We actually missed. Because of Snowcloak. We actually missed the Psychic because of Snowcloak, which is really unfortunate. So we're going to Expanding Force. I'm just going to Helping Hand and Expanding... I could Trick Room, actually. This could be the advantage I need. So this substitute here, with the combination of Follow Me and Trick Room, is going to get me a free Trick Room. So I'm definitely going to play it a bit slower and do that. And again, that's the beauty of Shed Tail. It gets the Armarouge into Trick Room. So even if Avalugg comes in, unless it's Terra Dark, Avalugg does not want to live this. That could be a Wide Guard Armarouge, though. That could be a Wide Guard Armarouge. So we're going to Armor Cannon straight into Avalugg just to not risk that. And in case they're like Ally Switch as well, we're going to double up into it. I don't trust this. This team is too strange. I don't trust this. I know that there's an Ally Switch Flash Fire Pokemon that gets access to Wide Guard. So there's the Ice Spinner. Okay, the Expanding Force. It did nothing to us. Let's just get rid of that Avalugg. Be gone, Avalugg. Be gone. Okay, so that was scary. I mean, to be fair, Expanding Force, we put up the KO there as well, and it was like, I guess, yeah, I just wanted to cover for all those options. Now here comes the Obama Snow, and it's possible that they are faster than us, but it's very unlikely, to be honest. So I think what I want to do is, yeah, Blizzard won't really do anything to me anyway, so I think I just make the same play. I don't see how they punish this. I think because of the Shed Tail free Trick Room that we got, I don't see how they punish this unless they're Ally Switch and then like Earth Power. But we have Follow Me. Yeah, they're going to be Grass. They're still going to take a lot from this. There's the Aura Sphere into Indeedee. Doesn't really do anything. Giga Drain to Indeedee does a decent amount. There's the Armor Cannon. We get the crit through the Veil. I don't know if that KO'd. We are heavily invested in Special Attack with a Modest Nature. But yeah, the beauty of getting just a free turn, because VGC is very volatile and can go either way. If you get a free turn, you get so much out of it. And Armor is getting to decide, do I want to attack? Do I want to Trick Room? Because it has a substitute for free with Indeedee support. Just gives it so much value. I by no means think Cyclizar is the best Pokemon in the entire game, but I think it's got some really good merit to it for sure. So they're going to have to go into their Frostlass here, because that's all they have left, unless they're just going to forfeit the game. Are they going to come back? Are they going to come back? I don't think they are. Okay, we're versing an opponent with 5 Pokemon, which is scary. I don't know why 5 Pokemon is scary, because now it's like, which one are they not bringing? And I don't know. I don't know which one they aren't bringing. And I wonder if they're going to do things like Rage Powder in the Sun with Chlorophyll and Torkoal, because that could be really cool. That could be really cool. I also don't know how they beat Indeedee Armarouge. And Cyclizar is just really good here. Cyclizar is actually really good here because I can taunt Armarouge unless they Rage Powder. But I can taunt Armarouge. I can get up my own screens. I think is a good option, and then I can have my own Indeedee Armarouge in the back. I think is the way I want to play this. I think that's what I want to do. So let's see. They are gonna lead. Yeah, they are. Oh, they didn't lead the Trick Room Pokemon. Okay, so they're gonna switch in Torkoal for the Sun, I believe, the Chlorophyll. I don't want to take the fun. This thing has like no special attack. I'm not fearing this thing. I do want to worry about this thing. So I think what I'm going to do is set up a Reflect and try to Shed Tail and hope that we can take it, because that gets superpower. And that could be really troublesome. That could be really troublesome, but we want to show off Shed Tail. I know the correct play might be to switch out, but I really want to show off Shed Tail. So maybe with a Reflect, we can actually get this off. Maybe it's possible. I mean, to be fair, we're faster, so I thought they were going to switch into the Sun, and this does not get Chlorophyll. This one does. That is my bad. My brain. So we're fine here. We're absolutely fine here. And we're going to go into Armarouge in this slot, which is really good for us. So what are they going to do here? Spicy Extract. Oh, I didn't know it buffed allies. That's kind of cool. We resist the Leaf Storm, and here comes the Contrary Boost. The problem is, what is their answer to me pressing Expanding Force behind a Substitute? Behind Substitute, completely safe, and going into Indeedee. Now, it's kind of... I really wish I light screen turn 1. I thought this was going to be the superpower set, but I guess, yeah, Leaf Storm Contrary makes some sense too. So let's see what they're going to do here, because this is probably not looking great for them. So they're going to Terra Water, Spicy Extract, and get that defensive buff, but that doesn't really help them when it comes to Expanding Force. Now, yeah, they're going to... Oh, that's unfortunate for them. They missed the Leaf Storm. I think it just breaks, to be honest, and they still can't really deal, even if they hit. It's a really cool gimmick. But yeah, we're going to, again, just Expanding Force and Follow Me now. And there's really nothing that they can really do about this. So here comes the Armarouge. They can Protect and Wide Guard. That might be what they choose to do. Protect, Wide Guard might be what they choose to do right here. So I think what I want to do is I want to make sure they can't do that. But I can't stop that because I don't have Cyclizar out. I think I should have switched into Cyclizar. So I don't really fear them at the moment. They can't protect this slot. So they could Wide Guard. They could Wide Guard, but we're gonna kind of cover for that by just chipping into this. They did Wide Guard, but that's okay because we get a bit of chip off there. I didn't want to Armor Cannon. They probably break my sub. Oh, they Pollen Buffed into the Indeedee. Yes, he doesn't do too much. He really doesn't do too much. So what I want to do now is I want to Armor Cannon into this slot, and I want to bring in my Cyclizar. That's what I want to do. So let's see. They're gonna Wide Guard again. We're gonna oh, that would have done a lot actually. I thought it would have done a lot less because of the water typing. There's the Synthesis. They're trying to storm me out here. And we're not gonna let that happen anymore. We're kind of done with that. So we're going to Armor Cannon again, and we're going to taunt the Armarouge. So it cannot Wide Guard anymore. And it's gonna put them in a really rough spot in the next turn. So this turn they can Wide Guard, but we are going to taunt them, and they're not gonna be able to do that again. Here comes the Leaf Storm into this slot. That doesn't do too much to us. Now, they cannot Wide Guard. And here comes Indeedee, and we're going to Expanding Force. They can't stop this, which is unfortunate for them. So we'll see how this goes for us here. So we're bringing in Didi now. We've stopped the Wide Guard with the taunt of Cyclizar, and we're expanding Force. They're going to protect. Okay, so they want to bring in Wide Guard later. That's their goal. So they can hit us behind this substitute, and we do have the lowered stats. That is a bit problematic, but not if we Wide Guard ourselves. The problem is, I don't think we can chip down the Sylveon. So we're going to Wide Guard. Oh, how much did that do? 44? That did 44. Now, do we think they switch out here, lose their boosts? If they switch out and lose their boost, that's okay, because if we actually Helping Hand here, we're in a good spot. So we're going to Helping Hand and Expanding Force right here. And yeah, we're going to take them out right there. And now they're left with their last two Pokemon, one which is the Scovillain and the other one being the Armarouge, and they're going to forfeit. So that game, I think, really showed Cyclizar off really well. Not only did it get off the substitute so Armarouge could do what it did and just sweep through the entire game untouched, it also taunted the enemy Armarouge, stopping the Wide Guards. I hope you guys enjoyed this video where I played a few games as well as playing the Pokemon. Leave a comment down in the comment section and let me know, what are your favorite Cyclizar sets? As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.